Institutional money is pouring into Indian manufacturing at a rate that traditional tech valuations can no longer match. Many retail investors are chasing the most visible blue chip assemblers as India's Semiconductor Mission 2.0 hits the factory floor. But that strategy misses where the actual control is shifting. This flowchart maps the internal architecture of the mission. While the large nodes represent the visible blue chips, these three distinct choke points hold the actual production control, hijacking the highest margin segments. Zooming in, one node uses AI-driven testing to capture profits from global software providers. Though we must start at the fab's beginning to see how. Before a single chip can be tested, a specific type of invisible infrastructure must be built to prevent these billion-dollar mega-fabs from failing. Generational alpha in this sector comes from monopolizing the insurmountable technical moats required to build the product, rather than just putting the final pieces together. Running a semiconductor fabrication unit requires moving highly volatile industrial gases through the factory floor at extreme pressures and purities. This first disruptor has established a localized monopoly over the specialized gas delivery systems and high-purity chemical piping essential for these new units. This bar chart shows their commitment to precision. By maintaining a 12% R&D to revenue ratio, they have built an offensive weapon that keeps their technical lead well ahead of the broader industry. That level of R&D intensity creates a barrier to entry that prevents global giants from competing on localized Indian soil. Their order book shows a vertical spike directly tied to the 2026 commissioning of the Dholera and Gujarat mega-fabs. Because they hold the necessary local certifications for these specialized systems, every new fab announcement acts as a massive order book multiplier. Hit the subscribe button and comment on which small-cap semiconductor stocks you're currently watching. Controlling the foundational safety infrastructure allows this company to convert heavy R&D spending into a high-margin, localized monopoly. Once the chips are fabricated, they move into the outsourced semiconductor assembly and test sector, or OSAT, where our second niche player dominates. This company uses proprietary AI-driven testing protocols to verify chip performance, replacing the legacy software typically imported from overseas. Relying on global tech providers often means paying continuous rent on your own production line. Owning the localized intellectual property means this company owns the ground they build on. This graph shows the financial result. As their reliance on global licensing fees towards zero, their net profit margin enters this sharp upward curve. These margins are supported by strategic partnerships with Tier 1 automotive players, using this proprietary software to develop custom EV chipsets. Holding the localized AI testing IP bridges the gap between hardware and software, creating a margin moat that global competitors cannot easily cross. At the atomic level, the specialized chemicals and photoresists used in these factories were previously imported almost exclusively from East Asia. Our third company has disrupted that dependency by launching a circular supply model for domestic substrate manufacturing. They recycle rare earth elements directly from industrial waste, preparing them for re-entry into the semiconductor supply chain. On this scatter plot, you can see how their valuation multiple sits safely below the volatile trend line of the broader small-cap chemical sector. This recycling niche provides a significant margin of safety because it insulates the company from the pricing cycles that hit traditional hardware assemblers. By securing raw materials through a localized circular economy, the company protects itself from global supply chain shocks. Combining these three modes, R&D intensity, IP ownership, and circular supply, de-risks a portfolio heavily weighted towards semiconductors. These companies are currently projected to transition from small-cap disruptors into mid-cap leaders as the 2027 manufacturing milestones arrive. Sophisticated investors should monitor quarterly order book execution to ensure the thesis remains intact, rather than reacting to daily price swings. Understanding these semiconductor moats is only half the battle. You also need to track the institutional money rotating out of traditional banks to fund them. Click the video on your screen now to see the latest shifts in FII and DII flows toward PSU green energy.